Test, test. Testing. There we go. I just need to double check if that works. Cool, cool. The chat box not working on this? Weird. Anyway, not my problem. Well, it is my problem, but not my problem. I don't. I need to head upstairs first. If I there you go. I'll stand it for the moment. But honestly, I feel like the title should be more than enough explanation for what the fuck I'm up to. I think I've been speaking about it for the past week or so, probably a bit more. I don't know. I say a lot of shit. But yeah. So I believe if I've done my math right, in September this world turned 5 years old. Because I started it. It was like during the lockdown. I could probably get the rough date, to be honest. That's because this world originally started as a stream project, essentially just a world I would play on stream, and it's kind of evolved past that and has just become my main Minecraft world and a place I spend a lot of time. So I'm just having to scroll through all of my old streams to find it. I'll probably just skip back to like the beginning. Is that the beginning of the world? Yeah, it is. Okay, so this world began on the. So I've just. Around the 2nd of December 2020. So it is quite old. So I'm actually going to quickly scroll that down. So I have a document, because this is going to become a YouTube video. So I want to make sure I have the information right, and obviously the fact I've just looked this up, best I just put it in the document now and save myself some trouble later. But yeah, this world's been through a lot with me. I'll obviously that first stream, I travelled, what, about 8,000 blocks to get to my base location. And this is my starter base and has remained my base ever since. It has evolved, and there's still remnants of like kind of like its original form. Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have the storage space just to straight record this. Yeah, I'm just gonna start recording. I was just gonna nick the VOD, but you know, screw it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for the sun to set so I can sleep. I need to make sure my spawn point's somewhere in the nearby area. So before stream I made like a long list of I say a long list. I made a list of the areas of the world I need to cover and what order to do them in to ideally make the smoothest experience possible. I'm realising I've actually left some bits out, but I'll chuck them in a minute. But yeah, so this is my main base. This is my house. To be honest, it hasn't always looked like this, and for those wondering, this horse is actually from the first stream. I used this horse to travel part of the world. I went on a bit of a rescue mission yesterday to go and finally retrieve him. Doesn't have a name. I'll figure out that later. I'll show inside the house a bit better in a second. There's two other things about this area. The first one being here. This is my original mine. Doesn't actually go anywhere anymore. There is a new mine now, so it doesn't really matter. I believe this is why I ended my first stream in this world. And I picked this location because I liked this little lake. So yeah, that's the outside. Obviously, if you're familiar with my streams, you'll know that this house has changed since even like the previous stream, because I did some renovations and I did that dark oak trim. Originally, it was just an all spruce roof without even those little windows. Those windows I think was added last year, and this is brand new. Obviously, the path is brand new. And up there, out of distance, there is a giant glass roof which is keeping the snow off the path. In case you were curious how I'm managing that. This is the inside of the house. Nothing spectacular. So yeah, that's the first dragon head I found, the first axolotl, the first enchanted golden apple, first wither star, first ancient debris, my original wings, which is why they're called 2.0, the first out of the sea, and the original diamond pickaxe. That's my dog. Also doesn't have a name. This is my copper golem. Also doesn't have a name, and this is his bodyguard, the iron golem, who likes to stand on my staircase for some reason. I don't know what his problem is. This is the second basement. Originally this was where I was storing all my stuff. So it's a bit more of a mess. It's been cleaned up since then. There's like a emergency chest there, but like furnaces. Still got coal in. Surprised at that. Smithing table. When I think that's where I originally upgraded to netherite. And this is the gear I used to kill the Ender Dragon. Still have not done anything with it. Then the original basement is in here. That used to have a lot of eggs in it. I don't actually know what's down here. Nothing. But yeah, so this still exists from all that time ago. It's been a bit more gutted since then. I think that's... I don't know what that is. There's a... Is it not there? Fairly certain there's a chute somewhere that takes you all the way down. I think it's there. Yes, and that's inside one of the horse pens. But yeah, this is a old place. Like I could fill it in, but I keep it there for like the nostalgia. Then this is the third basement and the biggest basement. We'll start this way then. Counterclockwise it. But so this is my farm corridor, and also the containment for my lays, and my pet fox, because you can't make them sit. Yes, that is a fully enchanted netherite sword. Do not ask too many questions. He just has that. So, I'm just gonna quickly... There we go. So I can keep it out my audio. Yeah, so behind this wall, I believe, down here is the easiest. Nope. There we go. So in here is all of the sheep I use for gathering wool. I didn't even... See, I built this so long ago, I didn't even remember these chests were here. So I've been like, doing my best to keep these chests and filling up. I just had backup ones this entire time. Yeah, so it's 2 sheep of each colour, and it's the same on this side. And I believe... Yeah, all these shears are enchanted with Unbreaking 3. So I haven't had to refill them at all. Then these should be fairly obvious, but melon and pumpkin farm. You can tell because there's melons and pumpkins in the wall. This is my main source of emeralds. Yeah, I need to move the allays and the fox, and then I can like, keep going. So this is just meant to be like small farms, just like they're useful for the base. There is a bigger farming area. This is my corridor of enchanted books. It should have every enchantment possible. Okay, technically lunge isn't possible because I'm on 20.10, not 20.11. I have a slot for lunge ready. Soul Speed is the book I have the most of. Explanations will be given later as to why. I do not like how loud that guy is. So this is one of like the first bigger projects I did. And essentially I didn't know what I wanted to put on this south area of my basement. So I dug a giant hole and I put a library there. This library has no function. That corridor, the corridor there is the function. You can't even get down there without, well, you can't get back up from down here without an elytra. It is just a giant hole for the sake of, well, it's a giant library for the sake of having a giant library with this small tree. So I quite like my mythology and stuff like that. So this is a branch of the world tree. You might be wondering, what the fuck are you on about? That is a fair question. There's a slime behind that wall, I'm going to the other wall. Better not be a slime behind here too. But, so the lore for this world is that the world tree pops up in areas of like with large containments of knowledge. And this is kind of like the color scheme and idea of how the world tree looks. So it's just smooth quartz and amethyst. I'm not going to regret that later. Trust me. I don't have any dumb ideas planned which involve an insane amount of quartz and amethyst. No. Of this being one of this being like a giant ass library, like only a small version of it has popped up. But like research facilities or that I may or may not be building, there's going to be a much larger one built. So yeah, that is a branch of the world tree. Yeah, not really much to show in it. This roof does have end rods in it to make it into like a nice sky effect. It's not super clear without without shaders on. Hold on. So the shaders like do this like really cool glow. I can't really see it from down here. But yeah, then like all the walls and the ceiling of that is a skulk. I really like using skulk. I think it looks very pretty. So yeah, that's half the basement done. What I say, it may look like it's half the basement done. It's not. These two are like that way is giant. If you've watched any of my streams, you'll know what's in there. Like these two are like the smaller section. But that's the smallest section. This is probably the second smallest section, but it's also one of the more used sections. And this is my villager trading hall. Again, if you've ever played Minecraft with me, you should know very well I like to abuse my villagers. This used to have every single enchantment at max level I could trade from these villagers. That's how I got them all for the enchanted book hall. I believe breach and density can also be gotten from villagers now. I haven't double checked, so this may no longer be every single enchanted book. But I'm also trying to get every single terracotta and glazed terracotta onto stonecutters, so I have access to them all. I have access to leather armor, just to save me on leather. Not realised that guy had a leather force armor. So this is, I believe, the original trader for my diamond armor. Don't remember why I got so many. Might have been for the iron. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of guys. Yeah, then all these trade melons and pumpkins. So that's where my melons and pumpkins go. I guess more just so I can explain, this room is just a little hub. The barrels do have stuff in them. sometimes. That's all my enchanted golden apples. So they're just spare name tags. Yeah, nothing in here, and it's just frog lights behind those. I think it used to be glowstone. I think this is the newest addition, which is a crafting station area. So I've just placed them down here and then never remove them, so this is just to keep it tidy. And this is for shulker boxes I can't be bothered to sort at that given moment. This is just for me to dump stuff in to avoid this room becoming cluttered again. If you watched last stream, you'd know what it looked like. So a bit of lore behind these. So I don't use mending on my bows, I use infinity. So obviously over time the bows will stop being repairable. So I've kept them. So these are my first two ever bows. I think technically second and third, because the one I used with the Ender Dragon I think is the first. Unless a gun was the first, that was the then that's the one up there is the second, and that's the third. So I'm on my fourth. But I'm just using the armor stand data pack to put them up on the wall. They might get moved, to be honest. I don't know just yet. I want to do like a big museum at some point, but again, that'll be a future thing. This is my Neverwart room. So you're probably wondering, what is your reach, sir? You're probably wondering why this guy sat here. Mobs spawning in diamond armor are very rare, and essentially I want him for a project. I want to display him in a project. So he's been trapped here for a few years now, and he is not leaving. But yeah, very rare, very hard to get your hands on. I don't want him to die, essentially. This is my brewing room. Nothing too special, ignore what I've been up to in here. Then enchanting room. Again, nothing too special, just the run-of-the-mill enchanting room. Anvil, grindstone, spare chests, nether portal. I'll explain that later, but this is the main. This is where I spend most of my time in my base, as most people will. And this is my storage room. Yes, it is far too big. No. Well, no, that's not a good reason for it. But yeah, it's just like one of the. I wouldn't even call this a big project. It wasn't really that difficult. I just wanted to dig it out and then pour the wood in. Wasn't too bad. It's been slowly getting filled out over time. It's like a AFK spot. Here, there's a clock in there for some reason. Again, nothing too special. I tend to keep a lot of stuff, so I have a lot of bulk storage. Unfortunately, for some stuff, it's very full. That is all just cobblestone, plus all of those. I have far too much. That's not even all of it. That's the worst part. Moving on to the two attachments on this end. Then I'll show you the roof of this place. This is my auto smelters. They're currently empty, but yeah, they're powered by a lot of bamboo. Except for this one, which has blocks of coal in it, because I never cook food. For some reason, cactus doesn't count as food for this. I think it should, to give smokers some form of use for people who spam me golden carrots, but not really important. So just fills up left. So I turned that off yesterday when I was doing some bits. Oh god, I left shulker boxes down here. Shit. But, so obviously I said earlier that my original mine's cut off. This is my new mine if I ever need it. And in here is a project I didn't really think through. But this is going to be a giant train station for minecarts. And the plan is to have this run all the way to spawn, which is obviously 8,000 blocks away. That's a long way. Jesus, I have so much shit down here. I don't think I've actually gotten super far. So this is how far I've gotten. That is how far spawn is. So that's roughly where it started. I've got what, about 800 blocks. So Wheatfield is 400. Why is the Minecraft music so loud today? Should almost be back now. Surely. There we go. It's turning to wood. That means I'm nearly there. So the Wheatfield, it's 400. That's about 800 blocks I've done. Which is a tenth of the way. Yippee. And then the last element of this basement, I've kind of started doing this up just because I have to come up here so often. I'm gonna make a nicer access point. More out of necessity than anything, but so this is my sugarcane and bamboo farms. These span the entire distance of my storage room. There is 4 modules, 2 for sugarcane, which is this one and this one, with the item thingies. And above the furnace is the bamboo, which is shock horror how I sourced the bamboo. Yeah, again, very big. Unfortunately, because you can't compost bamboo, it is, when it overflows, it just dumps it. I do want to do something about that at some point. I just need to work out how auto-crafters work a bit better. So hopefully this time next year that should be going, and the overflow for the sugarcane farm is just dump it into a composter. Again, not super high tech, but it works, and it means I have a butt ton of what do you call it? Bone meal. So yeah, that is my basement and my main base. Honestly, super happy with it. That's why my doors keep getting opened. It's you. So I keep thinking I just leave my door open. No, it's just him. I'm not insane. Right, so I need to make one quick stop that I forgot, and it is this. I'll turn up my render distance to allow for a bit of a better view. This is gonna be the main settlement for my world. Ignore that. I'll explain that in a second. So yeah, I flattened this out over the course of 2 weeks. I still need to actually like build it and all that. I have like the main path, and so I think this is going to be the like center. Yeah, so it's going to be like a tavern. Probably like a town hall. These are going to be stalls. Then all of these brown blocks are like the pathway, or like the main path. So it's gonna be like a lighthouse up there with a bridge. I think that'd look quite nice. Obviously because it's coastal, a dockyard, like that's a naturally spawning shipwreck, so I'm gonna incorporate that somehow. I need to like cover this in snow realistically because it just looks a bit weird. But I'll sort that out another time. That's where Igloo used to be. Yeah, it's a giant area. Yeah, so over here is my observatory. Head in through the roof because obviously why use a door? We'll ignore that. Yeah, all oxidized, well, all waxed copper. I let some blocks oxidize, so there's a bit of like variation. Yes, these are just straight up never stars, because I have that much wealth in this world. It's just like a map of the end. I thought might look cool as like a space map. Bossy telescope. Yes, this is technically too big to fill this gap, but ignore that. Cartography table. So I haven't actually been in here in a while. This is why I forgot it. Like a little cot, I guess. Seat next to the fireplace. This fireplace is like based off the one in my house. A widescreen monitor and computer. A little grandfather clock. Yeah, then shadow of glass effect floor. Looks much nicer with the shaders on. Little hanging flower pot, and this all like flower gardens just up front. These are Halloween mobs I have stored around, and over here. So this is a naturally spawning zombie with diamond armor on. Jesus Christ, they are loud. So yeah, they're very rare. I want to keep them alive because I want to use them in a future project. Quite lucky he spawned, to be honest. I haven't seen many. I think he's the only one. So yeah, this is a city to be built. Also floating snow. There's just like a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, more Halloween mobs. I'll show you this. So this is the resources from obviously mining all this out. This is what I meant by that's not all the cobblestone. This is another bunch of it. I would assume this is like hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like another 3 chests worth of shulker boxes. It's just a load of empty shulker boxes. Dirt. Random bits and bobs. All this isn't organized. I just have gold blocks in here. I need to go through and like sort a lot of this out. I mean, I clearly have been at some point. Obviously, why all these? That's just an entire shulker box of shulker shells, you know. Just, yeah, I just need to sort it out. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll get to that project next year. To be honest, I don't really have timelines for these kind of things. I just kind of do them as I feel like. So this is a map from when I was actually planning all that out. What's the observatory now is? Oh no. So yeah, it's from before I started planning. So this is the industrial area. It looks quite small until you realise it's no longer that small. So we'll start here. This is my moss farm. So I go AFK in this, I block that off. This is my moss farm along with my egg farm. Because I clearly need eggs. Evidently. And yeah, just a... I don't remember who designed that moss farm. It wasn't me, that's all I'm gonna say. See, this is where editing magic can be used. Yeah, so these pillagers are don't actually have any weapons, so you can break the pillagers' crossbows. Oddly enough. So I just have a load of pillagers without crossbows. This is one of the AFK shacks. This is the AFK shack for like the tree farm if I ever need to wait here. On top of that, this is also for like powdered snow, dripstone, berry bushes, lava, and bees. Not honey, bees. I'll explain more later. Just go sleep so I don't have to deal with mobs. We'll just fly over this. So, this is my tree farms. One for almost every wood type. It's just the 2 nether ones I don't have here. And I haven't finished filling out the cherry or the pale oak. That isn't the to-do list. I have some mushroom, or spots for mushrooms, so I can spam grow those. Automatic tree farm. I think this is mainly used for spruce at the moment. Again, I don't remember who designed this, but I know it is possible to convert this to do oak and birch if needs be. I think like other trees have different designs. This is a ice farm I made. It doesn't work very well to be honest, but doesn't really need to. There's an AFK spot for it here. Yeah, again, nothing special. It's just skeletons here for some reason. Oh, there's a villager on a skeleton, obviously. Obviously. So I have kind of like a vegetation area here. What is that? Oh, that's cactus. So there's potatoes and carrots here, 2 of each. Not really a reason for it. I've got vines, cocoa beans in here as well. Again, if I ever need them, I have somewhere that has some. It's just the output for the carrots and potatoes. They also get used for trading emeralds if I need to bulk buy something. Trying to work out what's the best place to... just there. And then I have 2 cactus farms. Those go all the way down to bedrock. Any reason? No. I just thought it would be funny. So they get shot all the way up here and then sorted. I mean, this is overflowing. And it just produces them into bone meal for me when it overflows. Just so then I'm not losing out on cactus. I think this is technically the most recent addition. I mean, technically it's those trees, but they're not even finished. So this is the most recent finished addition. It's just a simple iron farm. I've never emptied it out. Then we have this towering behemoth, which is my gunpowder farm. Again, don't remember who designed this. Same with the iron farm, I don't remember who designed it. I'll have notes somewhere probably. Yeah, that just gets me a lot of... Well, this just gets me all my gunpowder. Also found any bones and arrows? Who knows? Who knows why? This is the turtle farm. Yeah. They sure are turtling. I think. I don't know. Pretend that isn't happening. But again, I don't normally do a massive amount of turtle shells. It's more just for brewing. Salmon head, you know, normal stuff. I barely have any scoots in here. It's mainly seagrass I have in here. That's just for breeding them, and then plenty of turtle heads. And some turtle eggs in case I need them. Yeah, that's the industrial district. I still need to add more farms here, to be honest. I need to get a resin farm together at some point. There are other farms in my world that are like more spread out. And that's from me messing around. It's like resin farms, one of them I need to do. I don't need a cobblestone generator because I just have too much. There's going to be more I can think of. I don't even want to know. But yeah, we'll head over here next. That's the next on my list. This is also quite a recent addition to the world. It was built out of necessity, not because I thought it would be fun. Granted, it is pretty funny. This is my giant ass wheat field. I believe it's around... What's each? Each water block covers 80 crops. Okay. It goes 5 up, and I want to say around 20 along. So I think it's about 8,000 wheat, which is obviously very close to 100 stacks of wheat every single time I get a full harvest in, which is yet to occur because this will be the first full harvest. And I do need all this wheat for something, and it's just a giant path. Yeah. So that's fun. Fairly normal stuff in this world. I'm probably going to extend that wheat farm in the future as well, just because more wheat. There's going to be a point where I extend it enough, and then I'll keep going anyway. Yeah. Next up is just over here. So this is another giant sugarcane farm. obviously, you always need one of these. I didn't realise there was a shulker box here. And this is where I source my villagers from these days. Originally I just used to go out during the night and hunt down zombie villagers, or just yeah, it was just hunt down zombie villagers originally. Then I put this together. So yeah, again, not too big, fairly small. It's got plenty of villagers. I'm pretty sure the iron golems hate me. There's also a mini iron farm on the other side. I say mini iron farm. It's more of, I will just punch a iron golem, then run over here, and they'll burn on some campfires. Also occasionally, there's also a zombie here to lure them. And occasionally a villager will jump in. It's not a very good farm, to be honest. It was more just so I could get some like passive iron. Wasn't really meant to be like a main source. I think I needed a bit of iron, so I just did that. Better than other solutions someone gave me. You know, buying iron armor off villagers and smelting it. Actively slower than having to come out here and build that. And like having to punch them, bring them over there. That is still not the slowest iron farm I have on my world as well, by the way. That will also be gone into later. That's where I've been doing a lot of the trying to sort out the terracotta stuff. I think these guys are me trying to get like good villagers for trading. Yeah, I think there's been a few times zombies have walked over here and just caused an absolute mess, which is also why all of them are kept under blocks anyway. Except that guy for some reason. And this is how I extract them. The villagers. So yeah, again, fairly normal stuff. I think these guys also hate me. Yes, I think he watches me kill, because he has watched me kill these guys far too much. Yeah, because this is where I get all my child maps. Yeah. What are these for? Oh, it's just bricks, you know. Fairly normal. Yeah. A insane amount of iron golems. Really. Same with villagers. I'm pretty sure if I... See, I don't know if they run out of bread and that's why they've stopped breeding. Or if there's like a cap to how many villagers can be in one village. Because I think this would classify as one village, but... Yeah, anyway, right. Next up is this place. I don't think this has actually been shown on stream yet, because again, this is a recent addition. I say recent addition, this is something I've been working on the last couple of days. Okay, anyone who is familiar with me and playing Minecraft, you'll recognise this. More around? No. Good. This is my tavern. I don't remember who originally designed this again. This tavern pretty much always pops up when I'm playing. This is just like a good old reliable build. This one is different from previous ones I built, because again it has that little window with the and the trims on the roof. Just to like spruce it up a little bit. Addition, I think this is more because of the area than anything. I was literally working on this last night. But this is like a little open air theatre. I'm gonna have a load of mannequins, people, just like stood in here watching a performance. I was just trying to work out the placements. Quite happy with this. I designed it all in creative and then built it all in one evening. Yeah, very happy with how this came out, to be honest. Take this off. Yeah, again, that horse is not named, and fun lore. There is no white horses anywhere nearby. And also that portal didn't exist. So I had to manually walk this horse. So it was up here I found it. To walk it over here, and then never portal it all the way out here. I think it's here. There's a never portal in the middle of nowhere. Actually, I think it might be close up here. And I had to walk it all the way down. I went through like the villager area, and through the forest and down here, just to get a horse here. I have a name for that one. I haven't actually name tagged it yet, because I am lazy. But yeah, again, very happy with this, to be honest. I do plan on also putting some people inside here. I didn't really show this. So they added shelves. I don't really know if I like them. I kind of wish the items were a bit bigger. I might just end up using armor stands holding items in the walls, similar to like the bows, to do that. Then, yeah. Rooms are basic. Is that a thunderstorm? Jesus Christ. There we go. This is like a little storage area for like this, for the establishments. There's like spare drinks and some spare. It's meant to be like change of sheets, but yeah, I just put the entire bed in there. Kind of what you have to do forever, you know. Again, it's not finished. This is another work in progress. More just because the putting in the armor stands is always a nightmare. Yeah. So this path, this is what I needed all the wheat for. It's not finished yet. It's gonna stretch. So it stretches from my house over there. Currently it only reaches here. So that's about, I think, 900 blocks, I think. If I go and just stand at the end of it. Yeah, about 900 blocks. So it's not even halfway yet. Oh, yeah, I also had a problem with a skeleton horse trap. I just kind of left the skeletons to break their helmets and burn the daylight. But again, this is another very recent project. This is my giant tree. This is my return to streaming, kind of. More just on Break Community. Was like the start of that was just doing this. So you're probably familiar with this. There's lightning rods up there to protect it. This all used to be forest originally. This is where I was storing some charge creepers. They're gone now. But yeah. This all used to be forest, it's kind of being chopped down. I'll probably... I don't know what I'll do with it, to be completely honest. But this is kind of like where I've been experimenting with armor stands. So I've made like little pixies or fairies, whatever you want to call them. That live up here. Should have put ender bells with me, shouldn't I? And they are essentially just two armor stands, one with a block on its head and one with an elytra on its back. Which are then floating there, and then there's obviously spore blossoms and those like yellowy effects. That is fireflies from a firefly bush, which is hidden in this tree, of this part of the tree. And then there is lighting hidden underneath some of these moss carpets, just to light it up to make it glow in here, because originally it was quite dark. There's also like some lighting in some of these branches. Also to help just give like a little glow to the tree. This is something I still need to figure out, but that's neither here nor now. Again, if you played Minecraft with me on a server before, you might recognise this statue. This is based off one of the statues of the Seven from Genshin Impact. This is Venti's one. I'm planning on building this a few more times throughout the world. A fairly simple design. I think main changes from last time I built it was like the frog light, then a first ball blossom and five bush in here as well. Made like this small little plaza, which then leads into the tree. Still need to do something about this path, to be honest, but I'll figure that out later. Yeah. Then the big mud path connects that up to over here, and I'll show you the final, kind of like the final destination. If you go from one end of the path to the furthest point, it would be the final destination of the path. Path is like kind of planned out with all these. It was planned out to its rough halfway point, which is this village, which I'm gonna probably renovate. I think this is, yes, it's roughly the halfway point. Then should probably grab an extra elytra outline and a chest, to be honest, just to be sure. Actually, what I'll do is I'll turn that off. So this isn't finished. This is like a kind of like a two-phase project. So this is the lab, or as it's more commonly referred to, the ARC project. Obviously, a fair question to ask is, why is it called the ARC project? I'm planning on having two of almost every mob in here. Exceptions being the Wither and the Ender Dragon, because fuck those guys, I'm not storing them in here. And there will only be one Elder Guardian because I'm not transporting two. Obviously missing from that list it's Wardens. These are the first mobs I put in here. Yeah, I won't anger them too much. But yeah, I just have two Wardens in there. Sometimes they kiss, I don't know why, it's very weird. Yeah, so done most of the actual building at this point. For I say it's a two-phase plan, it's more like three-phase. Like the first phase is getting this actually built, like the roof is still missing, just so I can get stuff in. This would be phase 2, which is digging out the rooms, which is currently in progress. So then I can actually start transporting the mobs, and they're going to be stored alphabetically, so I think this is going to be Z. So yeah, that's just going to take a while, because it's deep slate. So about this point then it goes to normal stone. Ideally I'd need to move this down to the bottom temporarily so I can get haste. Then it's kind of like, you know, starting to move mobs over just so I'm ready. Also there's mushrooms everywhere. Some armadillos making a mess. Two types of villagers. I want to get all the types of villagers in there. That probably won't be too bad. Then I've got both brown and red mushrooms kind of like just roaming the island. I've trapped some phantoms. God, I hate having the phantoms here. They're so loud. And then over here is just regular cows. Collection of drowns, making lovely noises. Sheep, pigs. And the only other mob I have moved here physically is they're over here just so they're not pestering me as I'm working. Some guardians. I don't have the Elder Guardian's going to be the last one I put in simply because of the mining fatigue. Yeah, that's fun. So I haven't scrolled down far enough. There we go. Then, so I'm also slowly converting this all to grass, because the plan is after I finish building this, kind of wish I'd centered it on a load of chunks, to be honest, but oh well. So once this has all been built, the plan is to have like a kind of like a settlement on top of here. So it's like a two-layered thing. I just thought it'd be cool. Which is obviously why it's all been converted to grass. Also, the grass is just very nice and lush here. I quite like it. But this is a lot of work. So, that's all the resources I need to build it, with every single layer having 2 rooms for mobs to be stored, which is obviously not enough. And for those wondering about chickens, yes, I do have the chickens here as well. So yeah, so I was just stalling so I could go to sleep. So yeah, that's the art project. Honestly, probably the first mega project of the world that's going to get completed. But I mean, I've been like doing minor terraforming as well as I've kind of just been randomly jumping around. Again, nothing really to show here at the moment. More just because it's incomplete. I'd actually show off like the warden's room because that is fully decorated, but you can never see it because they just have the darkness effect. And I'm pretty sure even if I milk bucket, it'll just immediately reapply it anyway, so there's just no point. Spent a load of time decorating for it to never be visible. Kinda did not think that one through, but we'll ignore that. Here is probably a weird site. Kinda don't want to interfere with it. But this is a ominous bottle farm. I keep forgetting that the deserts make those weird noises now. But I wanted to get some ominous bottles together for decorations. So I just built a farm. Again, I don't remember who designed it, but they just run into the portals, get killed, and then all the items will pop out back here on this portal and then get picked up. Not really too complex. I want to convert this all just to dark oak just so it's easier to see on the map. But yeah, there's like a spawn platform up there. They'll chase this guy and then they'll go to here because they think they can get through instead of shooting him from like here, which is how he's undamaged. They keep aggroing onto me, so I don't think we'll get an easy demonstration. Yeah, no. I don't want to. I can't bother to fight these guys. For some reason, next on the list is Amethyst Farm, which doesn't make any sense. There's not a above ground entrance to it. Well, I'll trust past me, I guess. Oh shit. I've just been loading new chunks accidentally. Oh well. I don't even know how you get. apparently it was urgent that I needed to look after the dog, who is probably going to cry in a second that he wants to leave. Uh, Clearly the intended way in. Now the dog's crying to leave my room. This is why we don't. Hold on. I don't know what, like, so it's the same thing as he wanted the dog to come in here. He's only whinging because brother's out there because he doesn't like my brother for some reason. So as soon as he closes his gate, he whinges to leave my room. So now I have to get up again to let him out, when I could just leave him out there. But yeah, so this is my amethyst farm. God, why are the mobs so loud today? It's gonna. It's nothing really that special. It's just a giant pool with like 2 amethyst things spawned close together, so I was able to get a ton. It's not that fast. If I need tons of amethyst blocks, it's just faster to go out and mine them. If I need like the shards or the clusters, this is about as best as I can do. There's a conduit, so I don't need to worry about drowning, so I can just AFK down here if needs be. You know, I'd AFK in the giant pool instead of just stood outside, but it doesn't need to make sense, it just needs to work. I think that's the only place there's a conduit in my world as well. It's just spare buds and that. Yeah, just a load of spare buds. Most of that, the shards and that are over at my main storage. First trip into the Nether. So, this isn't an official area, but it is a... is a rather used one, more just because of where it is. So is this kind of like the main Nether hub in a way? It's a bit of a mess, so that was like the first bartering farm. Holy shit, that's a lot of them. Matt got discontinued, and then this became the main bartering farm. This has also been discontinued. Outside of storing all that. There's just apparently stuff there, sure, why not? Yeah, so this is water bartering farm. You just dump the gold in there, set it off. Problem solved. You just stand around for a little bit. Nothing too special. So there's quite a few portals. There's home portal, that's the industrial area. Oh, obviously both bartering farms. I think over this bridge is it's like an unmarked area, kind of. I just started a raid there one time so I could drag some pillagers and my pet dog. That's pretty much the only reason why that portal exists. Then I think there's some more portals around here. There's like another village there. And over here is going to be where I build my wither skeleton farm. One day. So I'm gonna spawn proof this entire area. Oh, hello. I'm probably also gonna put in a blaze farm as well. I don't really need it, but I'll do it anyway. This isn't the main place I go to fight withers or wither skeletons, but that's really not. To me, that's not super important. I have like started chiseling out the area. Oh, still TNT up here. I'm literally just gonna strip this entire area away, just so then nothing can spawn except for where I want it to spawn. Let me shoot that blaze away so I can get down a bit safer. Again, this is more a future thing. I'm more just showing that this exists now and will one day be completed. I'll try to do these world tours every year from now on. Just so you can like see the progress over time. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the area once I've spawn-proofed it all. I might make it I think this is 128 blocks. I might end up making it a little bit bigger, just so I can move around a bit more freely in it. I think it finishes like here. Oh no, it goes a bit further. How far does this even go? Pretty far. And very conveniently to the next location I need to show off. It's not planned actually, but so we're not going to go there now, but this is my main end portal. This is where I went. This is where I departed to go kill the end dragon. Yeah. Nothing super special. Again, it's another area I plan on doing something with in the future. It's just nothing at the moment. Yeah, it just kind of exists. That's all I can say about it. I don't really know why. There was just a hole here originally, so that's kind of become my little base camp. Again, nothing too special, nothing too fancy. It's a rather boring end portal for the moment. Next up. How am I struggling to find this? I always know where it is. It's just up there. It's always a nightmare to get. I need to make a better way up. But we need to head to the nether roof. Which is just up here. Not gonna going to turn around for a second. We're going to head down here first. To the gas farm. Or what's meant to be my gas farm. Don't really know what's going on, but it doesn't seem to work super well. Don't know if they've changed how gas spawning works. It's like a platform up here. Like nothing really spawns down there. Yeah, I mean it's not a super big deal. I have plenty of gas tiers anyway, just from killing gas passively over time. But yeah. Now it's the main attraction of the Nether Roof, which is my current bartering farm. As long as the bee farms, I should say. So this is where I get all my honey related stuff, so honey blocks and honey petals and the beeswax. These are in the nether just because then the bees don't actually need to sleep. Allowing them to produce quite a lot. Very useful. That's just basically a trash can. It occasionally sets itself on fire, tries to set itself on fire. Then up here, you can't really see anything in here, which is one of the main problems. But this is where all the piglins are. This place, and all of their output is thrown into an auto sorter. I need to label that. Like all the junk. All the non-stackable goes into these 4. It used to be 5, but obviously dry gas happens. This is the location of the worst iron farm in my world. Still better than buying and smelting iron armor, I must say. No, I will never drop that. That's a terrible idea. This person claims to be good at Minecraft. Why would you give that suggestion if you're just trying? Unless you're trying to pretend you're good. You're just an idiot. The guy was an idiot. Spoilers. Yeah. Also, worst way to farm quartz. Scientifically tested. By that I mean I got fed up after. Well, I think I put like a stack or 2 in here of gold blocks. No, it's like 5 stacks of gold blocks and barely got anything out of it, and it was just like, yeah, okay, yeah, no. It took so long for it all to filter through. It just was not worth it. It was faster to manually mine it, which is still much slower than villagers. Yeah, plenty of honey. And then the bottles, when you get them back, you just put them up here and they get redistributed. Also, I need to drink all these, so then I can slowly redistribute all of that. Well, I can not redistribute, just bulk up on the bottle storage. Well, spare bottles. I can't speak. This is my froglight. Well, the froglight farm. Again, don't remember who designed this. It's like massively overflowing, really. But yeah, I believe it's 2 of each type of frog. Oh no, it's 4 of each type of frog. Then they eat the magma cubes and spit out the froglights. Again, fairly simple design. It also occasionally drops magma cream, but not really important, to be honest. It's given me enough magma cream that I don't reasonably ever need to worry about getting more. But yeah, oh shoot, hello. Forgot about that guy. So this is kind of a joke project. So I didn't realise he would activate. My bad. Oh my lord. So this is a trial chamber that I decided would be funny to empty. Yes, and I did mine this all out. If you were watching an live stream and you were wondering where all that copper came from, this would be it. No, I don't have a plan. Well, I do and don't have a plan on what to do with this. I want to make this into like a breeze farm, or like just a place to easily get the breeze rods. I'll grab that key. I think that's a breeze one. Yes, it is. But the problem is, they... Yeah, a regular one only spawns 2 breezes every half hour, which I got 3 rods out of that. So that is, what, 6 rods an hour? Spoilers, not very good. I'll take those with me. Just pulling up the rest of the list. So yeah, that's not going to be what I need to work out something better, or if there's like a way to supercharge it. Also, I don't know what was going on over there. Pretty sure that's just a regular spawner. Don't remember what else actually spawns here. Yeah, it's just a regular zombie spawner for some reason. That was just here. Oh, there's a key up there. I can't be able to go get that. Yeah, yeah, I need to work out something a bit better for the breezes. I don't really know what just yet. Yeah, just don't be too surprised if something comes of that later down the line. Where was next? Go that way. Well, there's a few ideas I have for a trial chamber that I want to do. I don't know how well they're gonna work, and if I'm gonna go through with them in the end. Because I think making like a like a large-scale dungeon would be fun. But I feel like that would be better on a like a server environment, just because then people can actually like challenge the dungeon and have to fight through all the mobs and stuff like that. And I think that would be a lot more enjoyable than just building a dungeon for the fun of it. So at least then like it's like a challenge people can do. Again, I don't really know. It's still up for debate. But, oh god, I'm probably gonna have to reload the world in a minute. Shall land here and do that now. There we go. So this is my gold farm. There is a VOD of me building this. I didn't stream it. But they just all like run into these portals, and there's like turtle legs in that wooden pillar. It's a fairly basic gold farm. I think too much to see on this side. It's when you pop through to the overworld. This is where they all come through, and like all drop out the portal. And all of their drops gets processed into this. So this is how I power the bartering farm basically. So I think that's okay. That one's currently getting filled. Yeah, there is like rotten flesh storage, but honestly, I never need the rotten. I've never needed the rotten flesh from here. Oh no, I lie. It was used as a filter item. Okay, it has had a use at some point. What do you mean by that? Streamlabs. Pretty sure they can hear me Streamlabs. What are you on about? Yeah, I can hear myself. Cool. Take those hoppers actually. But yeah, I don't spend much time here. The most time I spend here is grabbing the gold. I just kind of thought it'd be nice to have a little platform here. It's raised up off the land just so I didn't have to bother with any terraforming. Essentially I was just being lazy. I'm gonna grab two things. Next place is this way. Honestly, while it's raining, I might as well do this just to get there a bit faster. So this is another very loud area. But this is my Guardian farm. I think this is the Escal 85 design. And nothing too fancy. I needed a lot of sea lanterns. So I already had plans to build like a Guardian farm here, so I just kind of moved up the Guardian farm build, but not like the stuff around it. Yeah, yes. A lot of stuff here. Obviously, I will build a proper storage system at some point. I just didn't need. I didn't think it'd be a good use of time at that point, so I just kind of put a load of chests down and called it a day. Because once these 4 chests get filled up, then it starts going through here. So yeah, again, nothing special. Kind of the draining of the area around it is a future project. Kind of got the shape of it done. I'll just be putting all the glass like down to the sea floor. So this is where like all my glass has got. A lot of my glass went. Also sand. There's a lot of sand here. And this portal, so it dumps me over a lava lake. So there is a warning sign for me to make sure I don't just go swan dive into that. Because I think I will at some point accident. Well, I think I almost will at some point, so... Yeah, again, nothing really to show other than here it is, it works. It's not really decorated, doesn't look very nice. I believe there's a way in somewhere around here. Yes, there was. So this portal is literally just for me to get back home quickly. Normally, anyway. So but today it's actually so I could get to the end rather conveniently. So this is the main end island. I think I said this when I was first here, but this is like really small for some reason. Like the end portal, or the exit portals was like half in the ground for some reason. I don't really know what was going on with it. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd place to be honest. You know, I disagree with the current order I'm doing things, so I'm actually gonna go to the shulker farm first, because that's meant to be last, and I have to fly all the way back here. But either way, I need to fly all the way back here, so... Again, End Island, nothing really to show, it just kind of exists. It's more just so I can use it as a reference point for future things. That's what a lot of this is, it's just this thing exists, expect something more in like 2 years time if I ever get around to it. But, so this was my shulker farm. Unfortunately, it's broken currently, to my knowledge. So I think I left it running accidentally and deloaded the chunks, so like a lot of it broke. So I'm pretty sure those are meant to throw stuff. They don't anymore. those shulkers are meant to like target the snow golems or something. And I don't know. To be honest, I never really understood it. It was all a bit weird. But yeah, it's just broken. So I need to build a new one at some point. Yeah, again, used to be more interesting. Unfortunately, it's broken now. Whoops the daisies. But this is where I got all my shulker shells from. When it was working, luckily I stockpiled quite quickly, because I knew they'd be important in case this ever broke for any reason. Luckily I was right, and it did break for some reason. But yeah, that's just where I got the shulkers from. Fun times were had. Moving shulkers is an absolute pain in the ass. Pretty sure there's an end gateway somewhere nearby. Which is why I built it here. Is that it? There it is. Go to the Skulk farm first, just because this one's a bit more sketch and there's less to show here anyway. But so this is always so dodgy. I don't like being here too much because it's just very dodgy here. But this is where I get all my Skulk from. Again, nothing too fancy. I also, again, I don't remember who built this. I accidentally broke one of the blocks here one time, which is why it's all like covered in the Skulk veins. That's not intentional. That was purely my fault. Like it moves me side to side, and I just break it all with a Silk Touch or Fortune Hoe, depending on what you need. You can also use this as an XP farm, but there's a better one I have, which I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, again, nothing too fancy. I've got tons of Skulk now, so I don't come here too often unless I need something particular. Like those sensors aren't, like the shriekers and sensors I have a good amount of, so I'm not too fussed. But that's where I got all the Skulk for the big library from earlier. So, which it was like the whole reason I built the thing. Yeah, again, nothing too fancy or special. It's just for our bare bones. It's more meant to be like a behind the scenes thing than a oh look at this, it's so cool thing. And then over here is where I spend quite a bit of time. This is the Ender. Again, if you've played Minecraft with me before, you'll be familiar with this. I built this quite often just because it's rather useful to have. You just kill Endermen and they give you a shit ton of XP. Allowing you to do such things as repairing your wings incredibly fast. This is also like where I do a lot of my enchanting. there's also just tons of Enderman heads. I think I've killed like 60,000. It's a lot. I've killed a lot here. But again, it doesn't look too pleasant. It's just covered in stone. What I want to do is spawn-proof the main island, then have this on the main island, so I don't have to travel as far each time. But again, that's something, as I said, I want to do, not that I have done, what I'm planning to do currently. It would probably take a lot of work, despite this island's small size, just to make sure it's all spawn-proof so I get the good rates. Also, it would be slower than what I have currently anyway, but I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. I'll still have to spend a long... So I don't come here super often because I try to, I have so many backup tools I can keep going for a while without having to come back. I try to come back regularly just to make sure I don't run out of backup tools at any point. Speaking of backup, I need to get some food out, so I'm nearly out of food and that would be a problem. Yeah, that's the end. Okay, nothing really to show off here either, it's more just it exists. I'm probably going to flatten like a good bit of this out at some point. Just because like this island's so messy. Yeah, anyway. Actually, one last thing I could show off here is down here is where I kill withers. And if I need wither roses, I will fill that with chickens. Yeah. Anyway, here's a cool trick. Now I'm at my world spawn. So obviously those wooden planks is my world spawn. That's more just a marker for me. I need to do something about that. Kind of just been nuking this place for sand, to be honest, just because I can get here rather easily. Yeah, it's nothing too special here. It's mostly just like bulk storage when I'm here picking up sand, just like all the other shit I get. So I've just thought, yes I do, okay. Keep those on me. I've also been gathering something from down there at some point. I have no idea. I'm probably gonna flatten. I can. Before I go explaining that, actually, like to mark out the spawn chunks, or at least where they used to be. I don't know if they've changed since I've done this. There's like just this giant wooden ring. That covers the area. And what I'm planning on doing at some point is flattening this entire area and like re-terraforming it. It's like converting it all to like stone or something, or just something weird. Just because at the moment it's just kind of boring out here. It's like just savanna and desert. It's like my entire spawn area, pretty much. Like a little bit of plains. Okay, that rain's actually rather convenient. And then over here is... This is prep for when I build iron farms out here. Yeah, just because then they'll always be loaded, so it's not getting constant iron, which is good. Granted, it'll be like 8,000 blocks away, but it'll be fine. But yeah, properly like flatten this entire area, then re-terraform it all, do some weird stuff. Yeah, again, don't really have any plans. It's more just here. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with this, to be honest. Because I live so far away, there's no real point. Yes, spawn isn't too interesting, unfortunately. If I was living there, it'd probably be a bit more interesting, but I wanted to live in a snow biome, and I didn't just keep reloading worlds. Oh shoot, this is new terrain, hold on. I'll have to shoot through this quickly. So yeah, I just travelled. It's like all the nearby snow biomes that are there now might not have been there originally, because obviously 5 years ago I thought that the versions were like very different. So the terrain generation has changed since. It's like nothing in this world is consistent. It's grown across the years. I'll probably show you after I've finished showing you this project. Like that, even like the terrain generation of this world, it's changed throughout the years. It's like it's caused some like weird artifacts, kind of. I think it's all very interesting. I've shown this off before. I'll show this off just so it's all in one place. God, I've loaded so much. I just plonked myself. Is it gonna... Cool, it's caught up. I think this is the hole I used to get down there. Or not? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yes, it is. There should be an entrance point here-ish. Yes. Right, so this is what's known as the Deep Dark Project. Basically, I've isolated a area of Deep Dark and have been slowly like de-skulking it. Then I've made like this giant dirt cave. Yeah, it's quite a big area. So this used to be a lava lake, for those wondering. So I've like taken it all out and like sanded it, made it into just a regular lake. Just so then when I do eventually populate this with like those guys, there's like an obvious way they're getting food down here. So I haven't done much work on this in a while. Okay, sure. Originally I was doing this with Tough, but I've been debating about not. I need to work it out, really. I need to stop like dilly-dallying and just kind of figure this out and get it done. Also, the reason for all this scaffolding is because like the roof is still not fully converted over here. Like, all the sculpts are obviously not cleaned up. This is still very much a work in progress. Like to my knowledge, all of the spawners for the warden are gone. But yeah, this place is like massive. Like you can see where I was exploring it all as well. Originally, like areas where like the grass still hasn't finished growing because I haven't been down here long enough. There used to be like a river here. Not a river. It's like a part of like an underwater cave. I like had this contained in it, so I like pushed it back up. So that area is just like dripping now. I'm probably not going to do anything about that, to be honest. There's this like geode here I want to keep because I quite like it. I might split it open a bit more. I haven't heard this track before. Yeah, but eventually I'll have this. This is like another project I'll get done. It's like just one of those where I don't really know how I want to take it. Like it's just working it out before doing anything too big. Yeah, this was I've already put in like a good bit of work on this. Obviously, with all like just getting all the dirt and grass in place. So I'm still not done because I still need to convert the ceiling. Like, yeah, I've barely made a dent in the ceiling. And then like getting all the villagers in. Like finding odd blocks like that where there's not enough light for the grass to grow. I need to do finishing, like finalizing the design for this. Then like actually putting it in. Because like part of me wants to keep it as deep slate, and that's like the main issue I've been having. But yeah, like I really like this lake. Like this is having this lake is the reason I started all this. So there's gonna be like probably like a little fishing dock. And like, I'll probably build it in an end, not an end, another portal somewhere. But there's like scaffolding materials, ores I found. There's like more dirt. Oh no, there's not any dirt up there. Ah, that's where the dirt is. Yeah, it's just been a lot of work, this one. I think after the art project is done, this is probably going to be the one I hard focus and get done next. If I switched, it's like that. Yeah, there is like another one. I haven't actually explored this one. But yeah, but like it's like a lot of debating. Like I could probably turn like that into like a little farm district and have like houses there. I like turn those into that way into houses, turn that into a farm, with some more houses there, like, or like food processing there, like houses here, like fishing, like some fish processing place there. Maybe like that's like the town hall. that would probably be the town hall, actually, to be honest. And like that, there's the tavern or something like that. Again, still completely undecided. It's just like, that's cool. I like the size of that one. But yeah, like this, I'll eventually like renovate and change this all up, make it look nice. Yeah, very happy with this project. Uh, need to leave now. There's a reason I brought Eye of Enders with me, and I've been very choicy about where I've been sleeping. Cool. I need to push that back to 76. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is new. Just trying. Can I find an import to get me back home? That's essentially what I'm doing. Actually, hold on. These guys might be useful. Been trying to get hold of bundles. I can easily craft them. It's literally just that I can't be bothered. And I want to save like the the leather and the string it would take me. Despite the fact I have more than enough of both of those things. Is there a house down in that pit? No, there's not, thank God. I'd have plenty of that, to be honest. That house doesn't have chest. I think that one's... No, that one doesn't. That one doesn't. Oh, that one does. Hello? Bundle. Oh, okay. It's this way. Probably best if I go on foot then. I don't know how anyone ever falls for the powdered snow. So. Oh. Actually, here's an old trick I could use. I've overshot it. Around here somewhere. I'm doing it 9 by 9. No, a 3 by 3, not 9 by 9. Then I can... The commute home is awful these days. Yet still somehow better than the London Tube. Which is a joke, because I've actually had no problems when I've used the tube before, but that is neither here nor there. Just turn back on cave mode. Free iron is free iron. I still need more iron. Oh, I'm always in need of more iron, to be honest. There we go. Finally found it. Quickly make a new one called another Portal. And in we go. And now, unlike last time, we just drop in and boom! Instantly 12,000 blocks almost. Obscure Minecraft mechanics. That could make your life easier. We'll fly back to the house. Yeah, this world has definitely changed over the years. Definitely looking forward to spending another year on it, to be honest. Like, hopefully by this time next year I'll have the art project done and the deep dark project will be nearly done. I'll have like the path finished. Hell, I probably would have started having an actual job at that point. When you really think about it, like a full year isn't really all that long. It's barely any time at all in the grand schemes of things. So who knows what will happen. Obviously, as I said earlier, I'm hoping I'll be able to do a 2026 world tour. Obviously, a lot of what I've shown today is essentially just planting seeds, which will hopefully blossom later on into something more. Now there might even be more things to show off next year than just the 26 things I've had to show off today. Me remembering to write that in. Yeah, I'm constantly like doing stuff. I'm always doing things in this world. Who even knows what Minecraft's gonna add in its new updates in the next year? I'm not even on the latest version just yet. I'll probably be updating probably start of January. Then I'll have like spears and that to play with. I'll have like the Nautilus, the zombie horse, the zombie Nautilus, all sorts of other things I could be messing around with. Yeah, who really knows what the future has in store? I'm just hoping it's good for me. Yeah. So what? By the time this world is 6 years old, I should have a master's degree in game design. Should hopefully be starting, if not already started, a career that I can settle into. And who knows? Who knows what else really? Who knows where I'll be? But I'll keep trying to stream. It'll never be fully consistent, unless somehow like I massively take off out of nowhere. I'll never. Like this isn't my career path realistically. It's more of a hobby. So it does take a back seat when my career path needs more time. And to be honest, unless you are able to earn like a living wage off streaming, that's probably what you should be doing. But you know, that's just my 2 cents on it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I was, this won't be the last stream of the year. I doubt that. I mean, if there was any one thing I was gonna say to end this all off, um, it would probably be, what would it be? Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We'll use that one. Life isn't about the journey. No, life isn't about the destination. It's about the journey. So just slow down, enjoy it. Enjoy the memories. Because at the end of the day, those are what make the destination. So yeah, anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed. Um, I'm hoping to have this video edited and uploaded for New Year's Day? Well, New Year's Eve, ideally, New Year's Day at worst. Wait, it's only like 2.25 hours of footage. I'll probably add some B-roll and I'll probably do a voiceover. Yeah, obviously anyone who's watching or has watched, thank you. Um, yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed and you've gotten some insight into my world. Obviously the world tour will be the main place I point people to if they ever want to have a look at my world. So yeah, obviously I'll try to do this again next year. So yeah, have a good evening. Goodbye.